Hey, Battle Bill here with another video. In today's video, we are back with a brand new season, and it wouldn't be a new Go Battle League season if Battle Bill didn't drop a video on the first day of the season and cope that he's gonna get out consistent YouTube content. So here we are running a brand new move introduced to the game, that being Sand Attack. Sand Attack is a ground fast move that is essentially a Fury Cutter clone and is not a direct upgrade over something of the likes of Mudshot, but will provide some niche successful use on some ground types that, didn't have access to Mudshot, like today's feature, Hippowdon. We're rocking Shadow Hippowdon in these Great League battles with the team that is essentially ABB to Grass, with Obama Snow in the lead, Shadow Hippowdon as the closer, and then Jellicent as our safe-ish swap. Obviously, there's definitely some answers to Jellicent, doesn't make it super safe, but pairing Hippowdon with other mons was quite difficult. I had a bunch of success, of course I did. It's the first day of a brand new season. Literally everybody has success, but we had a bunch of fun with the team comp also, and I think Shadow Hippowdon has a little bit more play than would meet the eye. The moveset we're running on the Hippowdon is Rock Weather Ball as a charge move for some bait ability, for some spam ability, and then Scorching Sands, going for that attack debuff of 30%, even though it felt like it was much lower than that while running it in these battles. And then, of course, the usual movesets on Pokemon like Obama Snow and Jellicent. You want Icy Wind on Obama Snow because it allows you to perform well in the Lickitung matchup. I think that's one of the big ones that Icy Wind actually picks up, and our back line, as you can see, isn't going to do super hot against the likes of a Lickitung if we want to have some legitimate Great League success. As we get into these battles, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Surely I'll have another upload tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. It's going to be the redemption season for my YouTube content. I'm hoping, I'm trying, I'm coping. But hey, we hit Legend earlier last season. We're working on improving. We did well at Charlotte. We're hopefully going to have some more local play Pokemon content also incoming at some points in the future as we get used to this new meta with the Go Battle League update in terms of GBL and in Show 6 Pick 3. Regardless, let's start the commentating. Surely I remember how to do that thing now. We've got my Jellicent throwing a Shadow Ball at a Venusaur. It is a Grass counter confirmed. Altaria comes in to Dragon Breath us down, and now we have alignment in this match with our Obama Snow up against our Altaria. Altaria is their last mon, no shields. Icy Wind coming through, gonna do the good old double super effective one shot, and bang, that's another dub with this team. Getting into the next match, we've got our Shadow Obama Snow up against the Galvantula. Galvantula's running Fury Cutter. You might be thinking to yourself, Bill, they queued in with their Electric Cup team into Open Great League. Well, we're gonna find out. The answer to that is no, and they're running Cross Poison also. I love the first day of the season. You really get to see some things that you would never see on any other day of the season. And now this only happens 4 times a year, so we gotta enjoy the time while we have it. Our Obama Snow here is gonna end up winning the one shield, just barely, landing the Icy Wind. They come in with their Deoxys to punch us down, and we have really good answers in the back to this Deoxys. I could have technically gone with either Jellicent or Hippowdon, because Hippowdon would resist all the charge moves except for Psycho Boost, whereas Jellicent only resists the counters, and the other charge moves are either neutral or super effective. The good thing of why we're still choosing Jellicent here is because of the fact that Jellicent is going to also deal super effective ghost damage to Deoxys here, whereas Hippowdon only going to hit neutrally, but both of those mons were pretty safe. And then we get to see an Aggron in the back, and we made the perfect decision, keeping our Shadow Hippowdon ready, looming, lurking, and banging on the Aggron to get that one-hit KO, watching that spam ability, how fast we generate energy with Sand Attack on the Hippowdon. Into the next match, we have ourselves a very good lead. It's our Obama Snow up against a Dragonair, throwing some super effective ice damage, CMPing on the Icy Wind, which is unfortunate, but really not that big of a deal. We either still one-shot with the debuff, or we get their shield, which is what we got. They then save swap in the Vigoroth, and then I think to myself, Battle Bill, what's my answer for a Vigoroth save swap? And it's apparently a Jellicent. Ghost against normal, very awkward matchup. Vigoroths, even with the Brick Break buff, are still running Rock Slides for the necessary coverage, because if they were going Brick Break, Body Slam, Jellicent would absolutely wall, even with its really weird ghost damage that's throwing at the normal type, because obviously we got these neutral surfs that we're spamming. We're still spamming them. We don't really care too much about alignment as long as we can get both shields, which is what that surf already did earlier, so I don't know why I thought it was going to happen there. The Vigoroth's going to get off another Rock Slide, take out our Jellicent's remaining health, and then we're going to come in for the Feast Farm Down with Hippowdon onto the Vigoroth. The Dragonair comes in thinking it's going to hit us with some super effective Aqua Tail damage. No. Scorching Sands, one-shotting the Dragonair there. Lickitung coming in. We're getting off another Scorching Sands before the Lickitung can get off a charge move, hoping for the debuff. Don't get it, but we do get CMP, and that's a good thing. We'll survive the Body Slam. We'll put our Abomasnow onto the Lickitung, and this is essentially GG's. We still have a shield. Abomasnow's got energy. We chuck an Icy Wind. We get a debuff, so these licks are doing nothing. We probably don't survive a Body Slam even with the debuff, but they decide not to throw, knowing they need 2 charge moves to take us out, and we get off our next Icy Wind for that win. Into the next battle, we have an awkward-ish lead, but honestly a good one. Icy Winds are going to do good neutral damage to the Galarian Stunfisk and also debuff its attack, whereas the Galarian Stunfisk is going to be able to throw super effective Rock Slides at us, but again, early season battles, first few ranks, opponents might not necessarily know exactly what they're doing, so they've waited until I've thrown 2 Icy Winds before they threw their first Rock Slide, and now we can actually survive both Rock Slides because of the fact that they're double debuffed. We're going to end up outpacing to the next charge move, or they're just going to choose to not throw, because I don't think I'm supposed to outpace, because they're straight 5, and I think Icy Wind's like 665 or something. I don't know. I just started using Abomasnow. Cut me some slack. I'm not a big Icy Wind Abomasnow user, but shout out to them for over farming and choosing the way they decided to play, because we need the Skarmory lined up with our Jellicent. We don't want it on Hippowdon, since Hippowdon can only hit Skarmory for neutral damage at best with Rock Weather Ball, everything else being resisted. We're going to end up going for some baits here against the Skarmory. We get the first shield off. We know we need to land a Shadow Ball, but we're hoping our opponent will fall for the double bait. They decide not to, and because of that though, they're almost in surf range, so we've decided we're just going to go straight surf. We also know that a Brave Bird's not going to take out our remaining health, so we let the first charge move come through. We get off the next surf, we get the Hex down. This ended up working out perfectly. Their last mon in the back is a Lantern, and that Lantern thinks it's going to hit us with some super effective water damage, but we're going to spam that super effective ground damage back. Hippowdon the tank, watch how amazing it eats. It's not very amazing. That serve almost one-shots. That serve is not a good move. Shout out to the fact that this Lantern's running Spark, and that most Lanterns run Spark still, because, you know, we still got a shield. We shield up that next serve, but like, you know, that if we didn't have a shield, we would have been dead, and that might not have been great, but bang! Hippowdon one shot in the Lantern, on to the next match. Bad lead, save swap in the Jellicent, bad swap, meeting up with the Greedent, running Bullet Seed as its fast move, not Mud Shot. You want to run Bullet Seed, and this opponent's also running the best possible moveset on their Greedent. They've got Trailblaze, they're getting themselves a boost. We're getting off a surf here. It's going to do neutral damage, not a lot to the Greedent. The Greedent's going to get off another charge move here soon, and we're going to find out that not only are they running Trailblaze, they're also running Crunch. They should have just double Trailblazed, but maybe they thought I was gonna shield, but even if I did, they still should have Trailblazed. Doesn't matter. We then come into Abomasnow here. We're gonna let them get off another charge move. This is the proper time to throw a Crunch. Thankfully, they did not get a shield from us. We're going to get off our Icy Wind. This will take out the Greedent's remaining health, and we're fully expecting the Abomasnow to come back in, so we're praying to our Lord and Hippo Savior that its shadowy goodness and that big old damage it can do will come in clutch and give us the opportunity to win this match. Unfortunately, their last mon is a Cresselia, so we've got some big finagling that we're going to have to do to try and play our way out of this one. We're going to need to cough up some shields because these Grass Knots are going to hit super effective, and we saw how much a Lantern Surf did, so you can only imagine how much a Cresselia's Grass Knot would do to our Hippowdon. We're going for the bait after we already landed the Scorching Sands. They have to respect it. They don't want their Bastiodon lining up with our Hippo. We shield the next Grass Knot. We're going to build all the way up to bait again, and then we know what their count is at. that. They're on the 5 cycle for Grass Knot. So as they're getting to it, bang! Big game plays. We're trying hard in rank 2 battles. We want these dubs. Shout out Hippowdon for nothing but success. Our opponent then matches us with a good play of their own because we get to the Icy Wind trying to chip that crest out of existence, and they catch that damage onto the Bastiodon. They tried to make up as much energy as they could from my catch. It's not enough though. They're still nowhere near a Grass Knot, and now their Bastiodon is double debuffed. But then we learn their Bastiodon's running a special moveset of Flash Cannon as its charge move. Thankfully, they're double debuffed. Hippo holds on real easy. We're basically at 2 Scorching Sands here. One shot to Bastiodon's remaining health. The second coming through, gonna get us the dub after facing the bad lead, not having good alignment, still getting the win. Took one good play and some Hippo clutch and spamminess. Into the next match, we've got ourselves the Abomasnow up against the Steelix here. A bunch of neutral damage going around, but we like Abomasnow here because we're going to get the guaranteed debuffs against them. They're going to go for, I think, what, the 50-50 shot of debuffing us with Breaking Swipe? I don't know, man. Breaking Swipe's so relevant these days, I completely forgot how the move even works. Regardless, so they did get the debuff, but we also got the debuff, so they swapped and we also swapped, and we got a good matchup here. We're not complaining about it. The problem is I'm going big and not going home because I threw a Shadow Ball in the 2 shields, and I'm like, you know, that's a really obvious bait, so maybe it goes through. It doesn't go through. Hypno's over here building up the confusions, and to Shadow Balls, I mean, you can't build up the confusion. Confusion's a fast move. The confusion's built up to the Shadow Ball, and then they call my bait on the next one, so we get greedy and go for the Hex down, and that's a big misplay on my part because I'm coughing up a second shield here that I don't want to cough up. I should have just threw the Surf, kept my alignment, and also kept a little residual energy. At least this Surf is going to go off onto the Steelix, and we maximize our energy by getting off the second one here on the Steelix. This will take it out, and their last mon though is Charizard, and this is going to cost us not having that shield that we wanted. We could have still taken care of the Hypno. We didn't have a bad matchup against the Steelix. If I would have had that shields, the Charizard gets his Blast Burn, and we shield it, and we spam up Rock Weather Balls, which would absolutely one-shot the entire Charizard's health. But unfortunately, we have to come in with Abomasnow here, and we're hoping that we can get this off in time, and we are unable to. Charizard takes out our Hippo, it takes out our Tree. Fire, not great for us against our Ice Grass type, and we end up taking our first loss with the Shadow Hippowdon core that we got going on here. Into the next matchup though, we have what should be a positive lead as long as they're not running a Steel Charge move with Abomasnow against Ferrothorn. We got to be very careful. We have to absolutely play this matchup out because our back line is going to get obliterated by Ferrothorn. We shield the first move because of this concern. It ends up being a Thunder. They didn't even try to pretend they have Flash Cannon and maybe bait the Grass Knot and maybe fool me into shielding a second time. But now that they have Thunder, there's no shot. They have Flash Cannon and they're still thundering, which is also weird because Thunder's single resisted and Power Up's also single resisted. So they should have just been throwing Power Up anyway. But we're not complaining. We win the lead even though we do give up a shield, and then we auto pivot into Hippowdon. I should have auto pivoted into Jellicent. Let's see if this play is going to cost me here. Cotton. Well, Scorching Sands goes off onto the Whiscash, does good damage, doesn't get debuff. I swear they turned off debuff specifically for my Hippowdon Scorching Sands. They throw Mud Bomb instead of going for the Scald that would have one shot. I guess they thought maybe I was going to shield. I didn't. I finally get the debuff here. They're forced to throw another charge move. And are we in a good spot? That becomes the question. We can comfortably come back in with our Abomasnow against this Whiscash. We have a bunch of energy, so we basically build up to almost 2 Icy Winds. This will either take out or get their last shield. Takes out the Whiscash. The Skeledirge comes back in. They get an Incinerate through, but we get a debuff through, meaning we can pivot into Jellicent and not worry about the charge move that the Skeledirge is going to throw. We will survive this and chunk this real well, and now we're going to overfarm and hope that we can outpace to 2 Surfs before they get to 2 more charge moves. We got to get to the Surfs before they get to the Disarming Voices. They get to their first Disarming Voice just as we're about to get to our second Surf, and that will have us with plenty of time to double Surf up this Dirge and get ourselves another dub. Doubling the Dirge dubs with Surf, or doubling Surf dubs with, oh, never mind. Next match, bad lead, save swap, Jellicent, they stay in. They built up the Shadow Ball. We are scared. We shield. It's a power up punch. Oh, we got another shield. Okay, we got their first shield. We got our first bait off. We're getting the second surf through. Will we get another shield? Yes, we will. They already baited us, so they're gonna commit to their Lucario in hopes that this pays dividends. So we shield up, and it's another pup, but we're gonna outpace, and they're kind of close to Shadow Ball. We're not taking any chances. Surf goes through. Thank God Lucario is super glassy. We're still able to win that matchup regardless of the fact that they double baited us with Power Up Punch of all things. A Dragonair comes in. We're gonna land the Shadow Ball onto it. Will they go for the farm down, or will we get our move off? They decide to throw their charge move. This will take out our Jellicent's remaining health, but we are in the driver's seat here. We're going to come back in with our Abomasnow to go for the Powder Snow farm down. They then swap, and you know the good old jingle, everybody's favorite pastime, when I swap, you swap. Just like that. When I swap, you swap. Just like that. That's absolutely how that song goes. That was my childhood, and that is my Go Battle League experience on a daily basis here. We at least landed a Rock Weather Ball there, which was super effective, but now the Abomasnow's got energy. It is Weather Ball, so they don't debuff us, so we need to go for an insane farm down to make sure we pull off our win. We will survive 2 Weather Balls here, and now we will hope that the Dragonair does not have energy and we get off our charge move. We do get off the Icy Wind. This will take out the Dragonair's remaining health, and this will clutch us the dub. We are able to play out of our own misplay because, you know, it's the first day of the season, getting used to so many different things, so it's bound to happen on both ends of the Go Battle League battle. But on that note, let me know your thoughts on the battle. As always, I had a bunch of fun with Shadow Hippowdon, some great league battles. As you saw, a good chunk of success. I actually highly recommend the team. I know it's some early battles. This team worked very well for me. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching at this point, I love you to death. I'd ask you to send me a special message in the comments section, because not many viewers make it to this portion of the video. This is just between you and I. I should stop extending the length of this video, but okay. Love you. Like, comment, subscribe. All right, bye guys.